From Broadway lights to rooftop bites, come along with us as we take on New York City. We are sharing the food, the shows, the sights, and the moments that made this trip unforgettable. This trip was Phoenix's birthday wish come true, and I'd been planning it for months. Broadway tickets, purchased months ago. Restaurant reservations, also made months ago. I even mapped out the entire city on Google Maps. Every moment was picked with her in mind, and now we're excited to share it with you. Our first stop after checking in was Cafe Flore in the Chelsea area. I knew after a long few days of flight delays that Phoenix would be looking for an iced coffee like it was a survival mission. And this place, for the win. The vibes are groovy, the interior is full of color, and those plants, they're all real. And a fabulous chandelier greets you when you walk in. For a tour of where we stayed in the Chelsea area, make sure to visit our channel and check out the video on Hotel Chelsea. This area is one of New York's most artistic neighborhoods, home to numerous art galleries and installations, and the classic NYC energy. Pro travel tip: their chocolate croissants are amazing, and they also sell adult beverages. Next stop, Zucker's. It's a true New York chain, and they don't mess around. They hand-roll their bagels daily, smoke their own fish, and make a mean matcha. We went for the traditional with salmon, cream cheese, tomatoes, onions, and capers. Okay, so we made it to New York a day late. So we've been exploring, and one of the places that we went to was called Zucker's. So we could have some hand-rolled bagels, because when you come to New York, you have to have bagels. And this one is the everything with salmon, cream cheese, tomatoes. I got a pickle here, which I'm going to eat that in a minute. But anyway, they make these fresh daily. And the people there were so nice. Look how huge that thing is. Okay. Oh my God. You can't tell the difference, but that's like some tomatoes, and then that is all their fresh smoked fish. Oh my God. Okay. It's good. On our way to the High Line, we lucked out and stumbled into Jim Kempner Fine Art, and the best part, it's free to get in. Speaking of the High Line, this place is one of New York's coolest urban transformations. It used to be an elevated freight rail line built in the 1930s to move goods without clogging up the streets below. By the 80s, though, it was abandoned and almost demolished until a community-led project turned it into this beautiful elevated park. It stretches about 1.5 miles through Manhattan's west side from the Meatpacking District to Hudson Yards. What's really special is how it blends city, nature, and art. You'll find wildflowers growing between the old tracks, plus art installations tucked into corners and open spaces. Some big and bold, others you'll just discover, which makes it all kind of feel like an adventure. The views are stunning too. You get a glimpse of the Hudson River, murals on buildings, and some of New York's most striking modern architecture. One of the best surprises about the Chelsea area is how many art galleries are free to visit and stroll through. Right after coming down the steps from the High Line, we caught this show of photographs from the Polaroid collection. As sad as it was to leave the artsy vibe of the Chelsea behind, it was time to see the dazzle of Times Square. I'd like to add here that I'm glad we planned the trip the way that we did and stayed at Chelsea first. I feel like we really got to experience a New York neighborhood vibe, and we definitely would have missed out on a remarkable part of New York had we only visited Times Square. We checked into the Knickerbocker Hotel, which is literally across the street from Times Square, and stepping into Times Square is like turning up the volume on all of your senses. Quick pro travel tip: the street performers are fun, but if you take a photo with them, be prepared to tip them. Also, make sure to visit our channel and watch our video From Marble to Metro to see some of the other iconic architecture we visited while in New York. Tucked inside the Hotel Edison is Bond 45. It's fun, eclectic, and serves up a stellar lobster appetizer. Next up, Six. This was the Broadway show Phoenix was the most excited about, and it lived up to the hype. Getting into the theater is like herding cattle, and for some reason, it was shocking to me. I expected it to be a lot more glamorous, and I was wrong. But once you were inside, the energy shifted, and it was perfect. This is basically a concert meets a musical, and it's starring the 6 wives of Henry VIII, but in this version, each queen gets her moment to shine. It's bold, funny, and packed with fierce feminism. Really, who had it the worst? After 6, we headed on over to Lily's Victorian Establishment for dinner. This place is pure drama, but in the best way possible. It's like stepping into another era. Named after Lily Langtry, a famous 19th century actress, socialite, and some say a royal mistress. She was known for her wit, beauty, and bold spirit, and this restaurant channels that vibe. Let's dig into the details of this interior. If you're thinking it looks like it came straight out of a fantasy, well, it kind of did. Much of the interior was imported from a castle in Ireland. From the carved wood to the stained glass and antique mirrors, every detail feels like it's straight out of a storybook. If you're looking for an Insta-worthy picture, this is your place. It feels like you've walked into an enchanting time machine. But bonus, cocktails. The menu is a mix of elevated pub fare and classic comfort food. Think fish and chips, shepherd's pie, and truffle mac and cheese. And I can tell you, we had the truffle french fries. They were outstanding. This place is equal parts museum and mouthwatering. Okay, let's jump to another day in a completely different vibe. Lunch at the classic Grand Central Oyster Bar and Restaurant. This gym is located inside Grand Central Terminal, and it's been serving up seafood since 1913, the very day that the terminal opened. It's as much a part of New York history as the subway trains that surround it. The vaulted tile ceilings were designed by Raphael Guastavino, and they're not just beautiful, they're structural. That's right, the tiles actually help support the weight from above. The technique is called tremble vaulting. Now you know. And Phoenix also says, make sure to order the key lime pie. The last stop on our culinary trail near Times Square is Haven Rooftop, perched above the Sanctuary Hotel on the 9th floor. It's got that perfect mix of cozy and glam, twinkling lights, and a menu that delivers. You'll find everything from sea bass to steak frites. And let's not forget the creative cocktails. We love the vibe and the food. Fair warning, the elevator ride up is not for the faint of heart. It's small, snug, and just enough of an adventure to make sure that first mixed beverage feels earned. Travel tip, Haven Rooftop is extra special at night. We went before Wicked, but if you can, eat here after dark. Also, reservations are needed. After seeing Wicked, we decided to skip the cab or walking, and we hopped into a pedicab instead. Honestly, this turned out to be one of our favorite moments of the entire trip. Now here's what you really need to know. Most of them charge by the minute, and those minutes can add up super fast. But you can and should haggle with them. We didn't go with the first driver who approached us. We talked to a few until we found someone who felt friendly, fun, and fair. This trip cost us $6 a minute, but it was worth every penny. Music blasting, weaving through the chaos of Midtown, and the pure joy on Phoenix's face was life itself. After our pedicab ride, we headed on up to the St. Cloud Rooftop Bar at the Knickerbocker Hotel. It's perched on the 17th floor, and it's located at 6 Times Square. And here's your best pro travel tip yet. The St. Cloud offers an unparalleled view of the New Year's Eve ball drop. It's situated just 150 feet below the iconic Waterford Crystal Ball. It's one of the closest vantage points in the city. Here's the catch though. To secure a spot for New Year's, you're gonna need to make a reservation ASAP. Hey! So, what are we doing?
We're sitting in Times Square waiting for the ads to change into an art display.
Which happens at what time?
11:57 or 11:58, whenever it happens, it happens.
I'm out way past my bedtime.
I'm so proud of her. Give her a round of applause.
Yay!
Look at Mom up past 6. Love you.
8.
6 was a while back. It's 8 now.
Okay. And how was Wicked in 6?
Great. 6 was my favorite though. Wicked was more her speed.
It's true. So what do you love about
Wicked was long.
so long. Also, there's something that I feel like everybody should know about Broadway that they don't really share with you.
It's like herding cattle. Like, it's like they don't give a crap about, like, I got yelled at today because I thought that we were moving lines. But no, we were staying in the same line. People were just cutting.
Yeah.
And they were yelling at me.
Her.
You're the one cutting. If
Okay,
that's even
so
a word.
But the truth of the matter is about Broadway, it is absolutely chaos. Depending upon, well, all the shows that the two that we've been to, it was chaos.
I like
worth
six.
it.
6 was worth it.
It was worth it, but it was chaos.
Wicked was cool.
It was. Every single night from 11:57 to midnight, the digital screens of Times Square are synced up to display curated art. It's the world's largest, longest-running digital public art program. It began in 2012 and has featured artists from around the globe, turning one of the busiest places on earth to a shared contemplative experience. The content changes monthly, and each new piece is selected by a partnership of curators led by Times Square Art. No music, no announcements, just the quiet surprise of art taking over the chaos. It was our last day in the city before heading home, and we celebrated it by taking the subway over to Chinatown. Let me add quickly that the subway is easy to navigate if you download the NYC subway app. And you don't need a Metro card. All stations accept contactless payment at the turnstiles. We had lunch at Noodle Village, and it was exactly what we hoped it would be. Authentic, and to be honest, the best price we had paid for food yet. And a quick little side note, we may or may not have come home with some new purses. Chinatown and Little Italy are located just a hop, skip, and a jump from each other, so we couldn't resist having a cannoli at Cafe Napoli. Little Italy is completely different vibe, colorful Italian flags, Italian music, and cafes spilling out onto the sidewalks. Two iconic neighborhoods side by side, each with their own stories and flavors. Even though our New York trip has ended, I couldn't help but quickly add a few more well-known stops. Hudson River Docks and the futuristic design of the vessel, St. Patrick's Cathedral, and Little Island, a floating park that's as whimsical as it is beautiful. This was indeed an unforgettable trip filled with many magical moments. Make sure to visit our channel and watch From Marble to Metro and inside NYC's most infamous hotel to dive deeper into our New York adventures. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can see where we end up next.